I will say is that most wealthy people are not concerned with what's happening right now.
Yeah.
They are just trying to figure out how to be creative. They're not operating in fear.
Yeah.
And they're reinventing and they're taking risks.
Yes.
This is a time for you to take risks.
Absolutely. We watched 60 Minutes last night, and they were talking about this island in the northeast. I think off Boston, Maryland, or somewhere. But anyway, this little island has been in existence for hundreds of years. And the people who live there, who were born and raised there, but there is a concern that it's being washed away. Like the land is being eaten away. And so I think there was a funding from the government or something to relocate the people from that island to the mainland. And there's some who have refused to leave. But talking about the risk, there was this young lady, her and her husband have moved to the island. Yes, they moved to the island, and so the reporter was asking them, why are you moving to the island when people
it's deteriorating? You're right.
She said, listen, we have to take risks. I'm not going to be here forever. I get waterfront property. And
for dirt
cheap, for $80,000, I think is what they said.
Wow.
And her husband are building this beautiful home on the water. They have plants in the water, and they've built this home. And she said, our kids can come visit, our grandkids can come visit. Do I know if it will be here for another 175 years? I have no idea.
Do we know if it's going to be here another 3 months?
Exactly.
But okay, she said, I don't care.
She said, but in the meantime,
in the meantime,
I'm going to live my life fully. She had moved from New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, the stress, I don't have to deal with that.
Wow.
I live here, I live simply, I'm doing what I love. I have a beautiful view every morning.
Wow.
And I'm not going to worry about what's going to happen.
Wow.
So when we were done, we were like, she is truly living her life.
Yes, to the fullest.
To the fullest.
To the fullest.
Yeah.
That's inspiring.
Very, very inspiring, as opposed to being very careful and protective of your life. And
it's not our own. What is life? Life is nothing but a vapor, right? And so I do believe that we are coming upon the time of I guess, on the calendar.
Yeah.
Where it is okay for you to take a risk.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to bet on yourself.
Yes.
And it's okay to reinvent yourself in whatever capacity that is going to look like, that is going to allow you to live your life to the fullest.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. There's freedom in that.
Yes.
There's freedom in that. I think that's just like our lots, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things that I am really enjoying, I had a young lady that came in a while ago, and she said, I need lock repairs. She has beautiful locks.
Yeah.
And she does need some lock repairs.
Yeah.
However, her hair texture is giving more of like that freestyle, free flow, but it's still uniform and it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
But she wanted to get lock repairs because she has an idea of what the standard of beauty is when it comes to locks. So the last time we met, and I said, okay, so next year we're going to plan, because we do have some lock repairs that we need to do.
Yeah.
And I said, however, it is not, I'm going to give you a realistic expectation of what your locks are going to look like.
Yeah.
And they're so gorgeous to me. I said, do you know who Lisa Bonet is?
Yes.
Yeah. Lisa Bonet, her locks are absolutely gorgeous to me. They're not uniform, but they're still neat, right?
Yes.
And I said, that's what you're going to have.
Yeah.
And she said, you know what? She said, it's funny that you say that. She said, because I looked in the mirror and I said, I'm going to embrace my beauty.
Yeah.
The way that my locks are being represented.
Yeah.
You know, she's still a professional. She's in the workplace.
Yeah.
But it's just more of, this is your texture. This is what your hair is going to do. And I love that for her.
Yeah.
And for everyone that has lately that they're like, you know what? I'm just going to allow my locks to do what it's going to do, and I'm going to embrace whatever that becomes. And whatever it becomes, it's still going to be beautiful because they're mine, right? Yeah. So I love that. And I look at that as like life. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that's truly fantastic that she's come to that realization. But you remember, we are uniquely and wonderfully made.
Yes.
Why we try to be like somebody else is just mind-boggling to me, you know? And we set that as the standard.
Right.
But we can't all look the same. We're not the same.
No.
So if we can just embrace who we are, I think life is a lot more easier. Like I was thinking, I have tried for years to lose weight and then gain and then lose it. But if I think back, I've never really been a tiny girl.
Right. Right.
Not even as a child. Not even when I was in boarding school and lacking food. You know.
Yeah.
I was still one of the biggest ones in the school.
Yes.
You know. So lately I've been like, you know what? I will dress up for my size and I will enjoy it.
That's right.
I know. I need to show you this picture that how I dressed on Saturday. It's like I'm not going to try to be a size that I'm not. Now, do I need to be healthy? Absolutely.
Right.
But I will embrace my style.
Oh my God! Look at you! Baba boom!
I know, and I had my boots
Let's go, Miss May.
Yes. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to embrace.
Yes.
This is who I am. I've never been a skinny girl, and I shouldn't try to be.
No.